Hey guys, it's another episode of Campeonato TV. Today we're gonna be talking about the World Cup stadiums for World Cup 2026, since it's gonna be in USA, Canada, and Mexico. And at the end, we're going to talk about, what stadiums we think should be a semifinal location and a final location. So. To begin with, we have MetLife Stadium. It's in New York. It is 82,500 capacity. I think that definitely this stadium, it definitely needs to be in a World Cup stadium. Back in '94 in the World Cup, they had World Cup games at the old Giant Stadium, and I think that this stadium will be a great stadium for the World Cup. Because of all the ethnicity and the different cultures around this area, I think that the stadium will be amazing for a World Cup game. After that, we have SoFi Stadium. Has a capacity of 70,000, and that's in San Francisco. It's a beautiful stadium. Beautiful stadium, and I'm sure that it'll be filled, but I'm not so convinced that it will be filled with quote unquote soccer fanatics fans, but we'll see. Gillette Stadium, 65,000. That's in Boston, Foxborough, Massachusetts. Again, it's a stadium built in the early 2000s. Back in '94 in the World Cup, we had the Foxborough Stadium there, and anybody that remembers, Italy, they played Spain in this stadium, in the Foxborough Stadium. And Dino Baggio and Roberto Baggio led Italy past Spain. And back to the Giants Stadium, Italy, they played a couple games there in '94 against Ireland, where they lost 1-0, and against Bulgaria, where they beat them 2-1 in the semifinal. Lincoln Financial Stadium in Philadelphia, 67,000. That should be a great World Cup stadium. Levi Stadium, SoFi Stadium that I said earlier, that's in Los Angeles, and I'm not convinced that that's going to be a great World Cup atmosphere. Same thing with the Levi Stadium in San Francisco, which is 68,500 fans. AT&T Stadium in Dallas, it's a nice stadium. It's a big stadium, but I'm not convinced that these are going to be great soccer atmospheres in AT&T Stadium, Levi Stadium, and SoFi Stadium. I think what makes a great atmosphere is having soccer people, soccer fanatics, not celebrities and all that kind of stuff. Dallas, the AT&T Stadium, it's just so massive. I just don't see that stadium as a soccer stadium. Yeah, it will be, I'm sure, it'll be sold out and it will be a great stadium. But like Levi and SoFi Stadium, I just don't view those as, great soccer, football World Cup stadiums, but I'm sure they'll be packed and they'll make a lot of money. But anyways, Hard Rock Stadium, I think that'll be an awesome soccer venue right down there in the Miami area. There's a lot of culture and different nationalities down in the Miami, Florida area. So I'm sure that that stadium will be rocking. It'll be awesome. That's a 65,000 seat stadium, and that I'm sure that will be an awesome atmosphere. I mean, just imagine this, go down to Florida, or the people living in Florida, you go to the beach, have nice pregame, festivities and then go to the stadium at night. I mean, it's awesome. I view the Hard Rock Stadium like Gillette Stadium, Lincoln Financial Field, and MetLife Stadium. Those are great World Cup stadiums. Levi Stadium, AT&T Stadium, and SoFi, I'm sure they'll be packed, but I just don't. I don't see them, as being as great as World Cup stadiums as the ones I just mentioned. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. I think that's going to be an awesome World Cup stadium too. Down there in Atlanta. It's a brand new stadium. It has 71,000 people. Again, I think that will be a great stadium. I know that the MLS team down there, they draw big crowds, so I think that will be a great World Cup stadium, 71,000. Lumen Field, I guess this is 72,000. This is the Seattle Stadium up in the northwest there in the United States. I think that would be a great venue. The Seattle Sounders play there, and they're always rowdy team up there and fan base. So I think that would be another great stadium for World Cup. NRG Stadium in Houston. I'm not a big fan of kind of like a dome type stadium like theirs. So, but I'm sure it'll be packed and it will be making a lot of money. Not on the top of my list. Arrowhead Stadium, I'm kind of shocked by this. Arrowhead Stadium, 76,000 people. Arrowhead Stadium, I really think it's kind of like an old stadium. I'm not quite sure why they picked it, but I'm sure it'll be packed and it will do fine. 76,000 fans. Then we have this with Akron Stadium, 46,000. Estadio BBVA, 51,000. Azteca Stadium, 87,000. Those are the three in Mexico: Akron Stadium, Estadio BBVA, and Azteca Stadium. Those are the Mexican stadiums, and I'm sure they will be great. And because the Mexicans, they love their football. And I'm sure there'll be great atmospheres. But this Azteca Stadium, 87,000 people. I'm sure that'll be the best of the three. In Canada, we have a BMO Field, 30,000 people. And we have BC Place in Vancouver, 54,000. I'm just surprised that in Canada, I know BMO Field is for the Toronto FC, but I mean it's 30,000 people. I mean, I know it'll be sold out and it'll probably be it'll be a good atmosphere, but it's 30,000 people. If you wanted a 30,000 stadium, I mean, how many of those are around the whole United States? I mean. Just in Connecticut, they have a Rensselaer Field, 40,000 people. I mean, I'm a little shocked by the BMO Field, especially considering that so many stadiums in the United States that are so much bigger and I'm sure more advanced haven't been used, are not going to be used for the World Cup. So, in the BC Place, that's Vancouver, 54,000. I'm sure it'll be a great, environment for the World Cup. But for me, coming down to it, if I'm talking about semifinal and final locations, for me, it is going to be Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, one semifinal. Another semifinal, Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In the final, you got it, MetLife Stadium in New York. It's the only place it could be. I mean, they had the Copa America Centenario in New York, and it was a great stadium for the event. A lot of different colors in the stand, crazy fans. I'm not interested in a World Cup in San Francisco or in LA at SoFi Stadium. In '94 they had the World Cup in the Rose Bowl. I mean, if you go watch that game, it just doesn't have, a great environment. I know it's filled up, and I know historically World Cup Finals is not, a ruckus game, but why not have it in New York, the World Cup Final, couple hours away from me, but that's our pick. Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami for the semifinals, and then MetLife Stadium in New York for the final. So let me know what you guys think. Where you think the semifinal and the final should be. I don't think that like I said, in California or in Dallas, I don't think those are places that should have the final. Yeah, I know that Dallas, they have this big, massive stadium, and I'm sure Jerry Jones would love that. But I don't think that Dallas is the right place for that. I mean, what soccer history does Dallas have? In the United States. What soccer history does Los Angeles have? To warrant that. But New York is definitely a place where football has been around the United States for a long time. And I'll throw another one out there. For also a semifinal game or a final, Estadio Azteca. That definitely Estadio Azteca and MetLife stadiums, they will definitely, in my opinion, be at a minimum a semifinal or a final World Cup venue. So I'm going to revise my selections. I'm going Estadio Azteca and Hard Rock Stadium in Miami for the semifinals, and the final in New York. And the final, whoever it is, I just get chills thinking about it. Having the World Cup final at MetLife Stadium, I can't imagine the media frenzy around that stadium coming up to that game. Say it's, I forgot, I would have to look back at my notes on who I picked for the final, but I know I have Brazil winning it. But I can't imagine, maybe like a Brazil, Germany, I don't know, Brazil, France final in MetLife Stadium starting around like 6 p.m. Eastern time, going into the evening on a Sunday. That'd be a sight to be seen. So anyways, let me know what you think, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Like I said before, we're not going nowhere. We're striving to be your source for Italian football and football in general. We're not going nowhere. We're never going to give up, and we're going to keep providing our unbiased opinion. Just keep watching our videos and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you. Bye.